Welcome to the Verna Hair and Body channel, where we are talking about hair sovereignty. And no, for disclaimer, I am not a therapist. I am not a therapist of any kind. I am a licensed cosmetologist. I am a student of trichology. And so with that being said, I do often see lots of women with hair loss issues, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about hair loss as it relates to psychological factors, psychological stressors, and heterosexual relationships. So I have taken some notes. You'll see me looking down. I have my laptop here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I'll be referencing some studies, some research that I've been doing on. There's an alopecia called Telogen Effluvium, and so for the record, alopecia is not just one type of alopecia. So there's several types of alopecia, and alopecia just means hair loss. And I'm going to be talking about some of these stressors, right? So there have been studies, there have been research. So I'm coming with some facts today, some receipts, okay? And you feel free, you don't have to take my word for it. You can Google anything that I'm talking about. You can look it up yourself, okay? I'm just on here because I want to inform you. I want to help you all, you ladies, understand why your hair could be possibly shedding excessively. And there's one alopecia in particular, Telogen Effluvium. This particular alopecia, the way that it shows up, it manifests is it will manifest with excessive hair shedding, but it doesn't do it at the time of your stress, unless you're under ongoing chronic stress, and then yeah, it can show up like that. But sometimes, say for instance, you went through a stressful ordeal maybe 3 months ago, and all of a sudden your hair 3 months later is starting to shed excessively, right? And you may be feeling like, well, I'm not going through nothing, everything is all right now. But it was the onset of what happened 3 months ago that is manifesting today, right? So that's how that one works. But let's go into some of what's being said, right, through these studies. So I did a little Googling, and I wanted to know what the relationship with hair loss and romantic relationships was, how the psychological stressors would show up in these relationships. So let's see. I took some notes on my notepad, and then I got my laptop right here. So I'm pop my glasses on. Okay. So it would be a severe imbalance in emotional labor. The communication could break down. It could be an unmet gender role. So those are, I did take some more notes, but I'm going to get to the laptop because same thing is going to be said here. Okay, so let's see. In heterosexual relationships, a psychological stressor typically manifests as a severe imbalance in emotional labor, communication breakdown, or unmet gender role expectations. These dynamics create chronic low-grade tension that elevates cortisol levels and triggers physical stress responses like hair shedding. Like hair shedding. Did you hear it, y'all? Like hair shedding. This is a physical stress response. That's what the elevated cortisol levels and triggers physical stress responses like hair shedding. Okay. Common signs of relationship stressors. Now, think about it. If you're going through any of these and you may be having some hair loss issues, think about it. This could be one of the reasons why you are experiencing hair loss. Okay. Unequal mental load. This is where one partner carries the entire burden of organizing the household, scheduling, and emotional management. The demand withdrawal pattern, a highly destructive cycle where one partner, statistically more often the female, raises an issue, and the other partner, statistically more often the male, emotionally withdraws or stonewalls. So this is when you are raising a concern, you're telling your man, hey, listen, this isn't sitting well with me, or I noticed this, or whatever it could be that you have a concern about, and he decides that he's not going to speak to you. He gives you the maybe silent treatment. He decides to dash out the house and say he can't deal with you right now. Maybe he's hanging out at the bar because he's avoiding you. He's hanging with his homeboys because he's avoiding you. This is how that would look, right? And so you could internalize that, which is also going to cause some more stress because you're thinking it's your fault. You're asking for too much. Sometimes we think like that as women. Okay, let me read the other one. Resentment from gender roles. Stress often builds when modern dual income realities clash with traditional domestic expectations, leading to a deep sense of unfairness. Again, this is one partner or the other, and typically it is the woman who's taking on a lot of different things, responsibilities. Lot in a household. It could be they're the main caretaker of the children, even though the other parent may be physically there, but they may not be emotionally available. Okay. Walking on eggshells. Constant anxiety about a partner's mood outburst or passive aggressive behavior, which keeps your nervous system in a permanent fight or flight state. Have you walked on any eggshells lately and then you noticed your hair in the sink? You notice that when you comb your hair, you have lots of strands in the comb. I wonder. Chronic invalidation, having your feelings, stress, or boundaries consistently dismissed, mocked, or ignored by your partner. Now, I'm not going to go any further today. Tomorrow, I want to talk about how it affects your physical health, and I want you to please tune in. And if you like information like this, please like, share, and subscribe. And also feel free to leave your comments down below in the comment section. And I'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow, maybe. Good day.